Let the Eurovision Song Contest begin!
Welcome back to the Douze Points podcast.
Woo-woo!
My name is Jack. This is Liz.
Woo!
Hi, Liz. I feel like sometimes I should change up the intro. I always say welcome to the Douze Points podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be like, yo, 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 bitches.
Oh, no.
Welcome
No.
to the illest. No.
No.
Hey,
I vote
folks.
null point for that idea.
Is this like a subtle message that you're defecting to the Null Points podcast?
But I mean,
Leaving
it's
me high
like,
and dry.
it's what you want. It's your friendly, it's your friendly hello. It's your friendly reminder. It's your warm kiss on the cheek that you'll miss when we all die of the COVID.
Oh, that's pleasant. Thanks for that. By the way, please don't leave the podcast. I don't have any personality. I need you to roll for me. You're laughing too hard at that.
Oh, me and all the barnyard.
You're laughing way too hard at that. So welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
It is Tuesday Australia time, which means it's time for part 2 of Croatia, the last part of Croatia. Next week, well, Friday, we will be starting Cyprus, which is going to be very exciting.
Are you excited
Don't
about
get ahead
that?
of
Just tell
ourselves.
me. Are you excited?
My soul is on fuego about how excited I am. I am on fuego. But before we get to Cyprus, we have to finish off Croatia. Nothing about Croatia. You know, it's not like we're sick of Croatia, let's get excited about Cyprus. We're very excited about Croatia.
Oh my God. Can I say, oh my God, as those who follow us on Facebook, all five of you will know, I declared the other day, oh my God, I have found the new thing that I want to be woken up with every morning. The Croatian Spice Girls were saying they wanted to be woken up with a little bit of D. I want to be woken up every morning to the film clip to 2003 Croatia's Claudia Benny. Oh my God. I want to see it every morning, and I want it to be the last thing I see before I die. And all of my family and all of my employees and the maid is going to walk into the room and wonder why my last words are Claudia Benny. Oh, you have to see this film clip. It is the greatest thing you will ever see. If you think you know how to look through a pot plant, you're wrong. You're wrong. And if you think there's only one way to look through a pot plant, oh my God.
Oh boy, have you missed out.
Oh, it is.
If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on our Facebook page, or you can just go to YouTube. It's also there.
Yeah. Eurovision should just be a repeat of this film clip 48 times in a row, and you will not be disappointed.
All right, well, good. So you've set people's expectations very high.
This will surpass them. I haven't even discussed the line dancing.
Well,
Yeah.
save it, because I don't want to get them too excited and then have to deliver Croatia 2006 Severina with the song
going
Moja Štilka. Now, this one finished 12th. Translates to my high heel.
I'm sorry. I believe this is points. Maya Sika. Oi, 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 oi. That's how it's pronounced.
That was better than the actual performance.
Hush your mouth.
Oh, no, you're not going to say good things about this, are you?
Oh my Lord. Do you not realize the diva that you're dealing with?
Severina, she's a big star.
Oh my Lord. In 2006, the Nacional magazine listed her among the 100 most influential Croats, calling her the only bona fide Croatian celebrity.
You got that off her Wikipedia page. Don't pretend you researched much more than Wikipedia.
And in the last decade, she was the best in the last decade, she was the best-selling artist in Croatia, and in 2015 is the most Googled person in Croatia and Slovenia. So you wheel it back
Slovenia,
up.
wow.
Wheel it back up.
I'm going to chuck this wagon into reverse and jump out of my wagon and onto Severina's bandwagon because I have been schooled, mother flipper.
This woman is a diva, and that's what this whole song is about. It is about her schooling dirty, sleazy men, okay, that as a lady with a body part in any kind of way, shape or form, you will be harassed by men on the street. And she mocks them and their ridiculous pickup lines in this song. So straight away, I bravo. Like,
I have nothing against the message of this song. I love the message of this song. I just don't like the execution of this song. Look, they're dressed in traditional garb for what I consider to be a garbage song. This should have languished in the semi-finals, like legitimately. I don't see how this got through.
No. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Let me read you some of the quality lyrics to this song when translated. Hey, straw, cheese, salami, rizzy, a bigger pot, red beet, Africa, paprika. Quality lyrics.
Yeah, you're not helping your case, I don't think, with that. I'm not particularly. I just felt there wasn't much happening in this one, and
Africa,
and
paprika.
Other than that, and I don't think her $8 op shop dress did much to enhance the performance. It's just not anything for me. I haven't. Yeah, I give it points for the costume reveal, but that's it.
Oh my, you know what? This is how revolutions start, okay? People sort of sprouting this kind of stuff about the Queen. Oh my Lord. This woman is a queen.
I love it. I love it when the Queen of England does costume reveals. I think that's...
Oh, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Oh, when she rips off that peach dress to reveal another purple pant
when
dress.
she did that thing when she was like, she did the costume reveal for like Trump, and she like ripped off her skirt to reveal her Obama brooch just on her panties.
Right. Very
priceless.
Bucks Fizz making your mind up. And she was making her mind up on Trump. Sorry, back to what you were saying.
Yeah. Oh my Lord. This woman is sex. I love this song. Like, and the fact that it is so ridiculous makes it part of just the awesome package. This is the type of song I never want to leave Eurovision. And she is giving it all. And she is in key for a woman who is in ridiculously high shoes and is jumping around like a woman beset by demons. I give this 6 across the board. I love it.
Wow, for a total of 18. Anyway, you wouldn't send a song called My High Heel and Wear Flats, would you? It wouldn't make much sense.
I know, yeah.
6s across the board from you. I have been a lot less generous. I've given the song a 1, the performance a 2, and the fashion a 3 for a total of 6.
Oh! Africa, paprika.
Stop saying that. It's not helpful. 2007 was Dragonfly featuring Dado Topic with the song, and this one is very hard to say, Vjerujem u Ljubav. I believe in love. And it was the first time they did not qualify for the final since 1993. They'd been going first non-qualifier. What do you think about this one?
Can I say, looking at this performance, let's just start off by saying there are 3 words that do not spring to mind when watching this performance. Age-appropriate romance. Such a huge discrepancy. And there was a part of me at first and I'm like, oh, this is great. The high school student has brought her grandfather along to, on his deathbed to give him a whirl around at Eurovision. This just, nobody, like, he is clearly not rich enough to be having a woman this young showing love interest in him. That's all I'm going to say.
So the meaning behind this song is, for me, the world without you might as well not exist. going on from the cradle snatching that you've just mentioned.
You know why the world doesn't exist to him? Because he is so old. He has been trapped in a closet for 2 weeks and not realised that he's not actually in his house. He is just in a closet at the old folks' home. Okay? Oh my Lord. This is just, there is so much ridiculous. And there's like, oh my God, one of the backup musicians is wearing sunglasses. You know how I hate this. Unless you're singing the song entitled I Wear My Sunglasses at Night, don't wear your sunglasses. If you're not the Blues Brothers, don't wear sunglasses. All I can think is he is wearing sunglasses because he is embarrassed to be there, and I can't actually take a point off for that because I understand where he's coming from. How about you?
Well, the song's a bit of a soft rock number. I don't actually mind the song. I actually prefer it to the year before.
The song itself, yeah.
It's a funky little number. It's the full staged band performance. So it's your traditional rock band at Eurovision pretends, oh, we don't go for that, Eurovision thing. We just bring our instruments and we rock out to it. So there's that. Vocals are really strong, but it's, like I said, it's a really safe performance. And the fashion's nothing to write home about.
Can I argue? I don't think it's that safe because he clearly could have died any second on that stage. He is that old. Compared to her, I'm just saying, I'm like, oh, I don't know if he's going to take the advances of this young woman. Dies.
I've given the song a 6, performance a 4, and fashion a 4 for a total of 14.
Okay, well, I gave the song a 4. I gave the performance a 1. He gets that 1 point for staying alive, and I give the fashion a 0. This was a train wreck. Yeah, no, I don't want to see this again.
19 between us. 2008. If you didn't like the old guy in 2007, you're not going to like the old guy in 2008. Or are you? This was Kraljevi Ulice and 75 cents, Romanza, which translates to romance. This one finished 21st in the final. Old people are not as useless as people like to think they are, is the message behind this one. What do you think?
Well, and of course, oh my God, when I first read it and it said his name was 75 cents, I'm like, what? That's just and then you're like, he is actually 75 years old at the time.
Yes.
Which is why they called him 75 cents.
It wasn't a comment on the gender pay gap.
Yeah, well, it should be. On a side note, he died 2 years after this performance.
He held the record for oldest performer until the Russian grannies came along.
Yeah. Okay, how do we describe this? Basically, it's the guy from The Sopranos sings a song whilst an old man yells at people to get off his lawn, while some chick on crystal meth just dashes around the place, just.
I think for the purposes of this podcast, we'll have to say she's high on red cordial. I don't think we should probably say she's on meth, but that's fine. She's not listening. It's fine. I agree with you. So that it's basically the old man talk rapping. Yeah. And all I can think is I don't speak Croatian, obviously, but I feel like he must be going, back in my day, blah, 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 blah. And then while the other guy's singing, and he's not even holding his mic, he turns to the girl who's hyped up on red cordial.
Yeah.
And he's just talking to her. And I'm like, does he remember where he is right now?
Yeah, no, he's like, oh, who are you? Do you know my name? Is it time for tea yet? Can I change my pants? Oh my Lord. And it's I know that it's real popular with the kids, but we discussed this a couple of weeks ago. Not every song needs a rap. And that rap shouldn't be an angry old man just yelling at kids on
yelling
the
at
lawn.
a cloud. Old man yells at clouds, to quote The Simpsons.
Look, they were going for something, and bless them. I just wish that they had gone further, preferably out of ear and eyesight.
I don't hate this song. I think that there's a lot going on, and like I said, if you're going to have a lot going on, I feel like it needs to have some sort of cohesion. For example, there's a lot going on in Love, Love, Peace, Peace, but you see all the pieces and why they're there.
Yes.
I think maybe sometimes other songs. I actually really like this performance. It's my favorite time an old man has yelled with a microphone in a long time because I've been watching a lot of American politics. So this was a step in the right direction. I've given the song a 4. fashion a 4, but the performance is 6 for a total of 14.
Wow. Okay. I'm like the actual like bits of the Italian song are where he's singing in Italian are actually like quite like beautiful.
Was it Italian?
I'm sure it was Italian. It sounded Italian. Maybe it's just because he looks like the guy from The Sopranos. In my mind, he's singing Italian. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I just gave it 3s across the board. Like, I wouldn't set it on fire, but I wouldn't like recommend other countries try this ever again.
2009, Croatia sent Igor Kukrov featuring Andrea with the song Lijepa Tenor. Beautiful tenor. This one finished 18th in the final. Can I sum this up for us really quickly?
Yes.
Everyone is stoned and slow dancing around the stage feeling their own vibes. That's it. I almost have nothing else to say about this song.
I kind of went another way in that, you know how you get something once it's stuck in your brain, it's stuck in your brain. And as soon as I saw the name of this title, the thing that I should mention, and I only know this because I know a lot of friends who have had babies, okay? And
yes.
They have
exactly where you're going.
Some issues. Now, in Australia, Tenor is the brand name of incontinence pads. So that was really the only word that... So all I could think watching this song is he is singing a love song for incontinence pads, because they're like, that's why they're all in black and they're all like moving so awkwardly, because they've obviously all peed their pants, okay? And then Andrea, who has clearly just discovered the Tenor incontinence pads, she comes out, she's now in white, you know, she's like been riding horses and, you know, she's getting back to life and is all,
tennis, light jogs, yoga with the girls.
Exactly, you know, and is now back to living life again now that she's discovered the Tenor hygiene situation. And that's how I saw this whole performance, an ad for an incontinence pads.
See, I saw it as the worst shampoo commercial ever, because they're doing it in slow motion with the wind in their hair and they look... How bored do they look to be there? Like, I get it's meant to be soft and emotional, but this is just bland.
Yeah.
Like, the second half of Croatia, at least for the start, the second half of Croatia, for us at least, from 2006 onwards, is just flat. It is bland for a good chunk there. It gets better.
Yeah.
But we're in a pit of despair right now. Almost.
I know. I didn't even write a score down for it. I better write a score down.
Wow.
I'll give the song a 3 and I'll give performance and fashion a 2.
2 each. Wow, for a total of 7. I have almost the same as you. Song 3, fashion 3, performance a 2 for a total of 8.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And Alexander, if you are listening, 7 plus 8 is 15, I think. Yes, it is.
Oh my God, I would have loved if you got that wrong then.
Nice try, lady. 2010. Now, this is a familiar name. We have come almost to blows about this one before. Feminem is back. The Lady Eminem. With Lako Je Shvi. Everything is easy. They previously represented Bosnia and Herzegovina with the song, I believe it's called Call Me. Was that what it was called?
I've blocked it from my mind already.
Which I thought was a catchy little filler number and you thought was summoning the devil.
Yeah.
How did you feel about their second return, this time for Croatia?
Well, and I mean, the thing to bear in mind is basically the name of this song translates as Everything is Easy. And everything is easy except doing well at Eurovision, apparently.
Oh my God, I've written Everything is easy except qualifying for the Eurovision final.
Boom! High five!
Boom, baby.
Oh my God. They're little coordinated, and I do finger waggles, air quotes when I say that. Their coordinated dance routine, it is one of the worst things I have ever seen in my life. Like, just don't. I would have rather that they actually just sat down or fell over or just lit a cigarette, anything other than what they tried to do with their coordinated little dance routine. And oh my God, their outfits, all I can say is it's good to know where the curtains from my old apartment ended up.
But isn't it funny that with these three I like their outfits. I think they're great. But they could only afford 3 of them. The 2 backup dancers were like, okay, look, we ran out of fabric. Do you have athletic wear you can bring?
Yeah, they're just
just come straight from the gym, jump on stage.
Yeah, like latex gimp suit, really. Just with the hood taken off. Yeah.
I actually don't mind this song. I thought it built quite nicely. That's just my inner gay boy appreciating a song with almost a dubstep drop.
Like, I'll give it to you, like, this performance was better than their last performance. I will give you that.
Oh, see, I don't know if I agree with you.
Oh!
We will never agree on Feminem.
No. Hopefully we will never have to talk about Feminem ever again.
I think they all look gorgeous. That bit at the end where they just wheel in 2 halves of the heart and they're just like standing in it smiling. I'm like, what was the point? I could see the 2 halves of the heart off stage the whole performance. I'm like, what are they going to do? Fucking nothing.
Well, you know what? Ironically, that's how I sum up this whole performance. Just nothing memorable. I gave the song.
What have you given this one?
The song a 2, the performance 1, and yeah, I'll actually give the fashion a 5 because those 3 dresses, as you know, I did like my curtains, with the little, what do they call them at the back? Is it the fukas? The fukas. The fukas.
Oh, I don't think you're allowed to say that.
No, it's the term for it.
Are you allowed to say that?
That little, that boofy out bit at the back.
I know what you mean. I just don't know what the word for it is.
It's like fuck-ass. It's something like fuck-ass.
Stop saying fuck-ass.
I'm not. I'm saying fuck-ass. It's like a...
Stop saying fuck-ass.
It's a fashion, a fuck-ass.
I know fuck-ass is in fashion, but that's just because the gays are very in vogue right now. Anyway, moving on from whatever you've just said.
Was we somehow homophobic then? I don't know.
I've given the song a 4, performance a 4, fashion also a 5, for a total of 13 from me and a 21 from the both of us.
How did they get so much?
Moving on from Liz's blatant homophobia, and it's 2011. It's Daria with the song Celebrate, and yet again... Croatia did not qualify for the final.
I mean, the thing is, like, she starts, like, why does she start with a note so low? Like, seriously, that note is in a mine pit with a canary. It is so low. It is ridiculous. I don't know why she started there, but obviously she was just kind of like, oh God, now I have to carry on. Like, she was clearing her throat when she started, and she just had to carry on. It's awful.
Oh, I can't say, like, my bloody cat could write a better song than this one, legitimately.
Yeah.
Like, he tries to get into the bedroom, clawing at the door and wailing, and I'm like, wow, Daria, do you need some vocal lessons from my cat? Like, savage, but I regret none of it. Daria, this is awful. This
is so awful.
One of the worst songs.
There's so many questions that come to mind. The first thing is, like, is she a giant? Because she looks so much taller and so much bigger than her backup singers. Like, just, like, actually, like, pay tickets, like, freakishly, like, large. Like, what the?
Yeah, like stilts.
And then
her DJ is a magician.
Oh my God, I was just about to say that. He is a creepy white Michael Jackson dressed as a clown / magician who does magic tricks. Oh my God. She walks into basically a golden streamer shower with a black dress.
Sylvia Knight.
Yes, with a black dress, and comes out wearing a pink dress. But instead of being impressed, you're just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just creepy.
Yeah. My favorite part of this whole performance is when she walks off the stage, like, to walk into the crowd, and I'm like, yeah. So fire exit is straight ahead. I reckon you could, if you leave now, Daria, you can get a taxi back to the hotel. Yeah. You know, like, the crowds actually want to hear a song, so if you leave, that won't interfere with them hearing that. So, but then she circles back. Yeah.
I think because she took like about 3 steps, and then she realised from the look in people's eyes they were just going to drag her off stage and start pummeling her until she stopped singing. Oh my God. And then at the end, the creepy magician who has somehow decided to come to the front of the stage again, some pyrotechnics go off. Her pink dress now changes into a gold dress. But frankly, at this stage, all you are doing is just putting different colored hats on a turd. Like, this
I didn't know
performance-
that there was a third costume reveal.
Oh, did you
I
know-
didn't even notice it.
At the very, because usually most it's like, you know, like the pyrotechnics, that's the end. No. When the smoke clears, her dress has changed, and you're like, that's completely not even worth it. Like,
Well, you know what hasn't changed? My attitude about this song. I think it's terrible. I've given the song a 1, the performance a 2, because someone had to rig those pyrotechnics, and the fashion a 1 for a total of 4.
excellent. Actually, my favorite thing is looking at the comments of this online. So many people have renamed this song Salad Break. Because
And yet, a step in the right direction.
yeah, still would have been better than the song. I gave the song a 1, the performance a 1, and fashion 0. I hate this. This is, I think this is the worst thing they've ever done.
Oh, it's easily Croatia's worst.
Yeah.
Possibly the Balkans' worst.
Yeah.
Maybe Europe's worst.
Oh no!
But will they ever get minus 1,000 points? Like Andorra. Now, 2012 was Nina Budrick with the song Nebo, which translates to heaven. This one did not qualify, but it did come 12th in the semi-final.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll give it props because Nina wrote and produced the song. It's very underwhelming. It kept building up, like it was going, like something was going to happen, or there was going to be a costume reveal, but then just nothing. It just ended.
Yeah.
And nothing had happened.
I really like the start of this song. It's this dark acoustic-y kind of vibe, and you know my rule about Eurovision, if you want to win, bring a violin.
Yeah.
Which is not an Alexander Rybak reference, it's an everything but Alexander Rybak reference, because his violin irritates me.
Yeah.
This one has the two guys in a sheer top and skirts dancing around her, and then the backup singers are in those weird 3D constructed
Like
dresses.
sexy nurses, backup dancers.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
can I say, oh my God, the two male backup dancers in the black skirts.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know, I have a thing for like warrior men in skirts. Like that
I
is
do.
my kryptonite. Like,
Well, you did grow up in the time of Braveheart, so I'm
oh
not
my
surprised.
God, the Scots. Oh my God, don't even get me started about Roman centurions.
Well, let's not get started on it. Let's return to Nina Badrick.
I think actually, you know what? If they had less of her and just more of those gentlemen, like doing what they were doing, 12
She would have been in
points.
better territory.
Oh.
Now, they've got your two boyfriends do bring out a really long sheet at one point.
Yeah.
Now, what is with Croatia and bringing bed sheets to the Eurovision Song Contest?
Yeah.
What is their thing?
That's why I thought, like, because they were, like, flapping it around in the background. And that's why I thought, they're going to bring it up the front. They're going to steal something from last year, as in the sheet's going to go in front of her. And, you know, her costume is going to change from, like, black to white or you know, or something. But no, they just sort of, like, you know, wave the sheet, like, give it a good and then, like, pack it up and, like, put the fitted sheet in the closet. Like, I know it's hard to fold a fitted sheet, but, you know... It's like, oh my God, yeah, you got it like perfectly into a rectangle. Bravo to you.
I've given the song a 4, performance a 3, and fashion a 3 for a total of 10.
I'll see. I gave song a 2, performance 2. I gave fashion 4. I would have given more for those
someone's
sexy
generous.
backup dancers, but just everything else just dragged it down for me.
Excellent, for a total of 18 between us. Now, moving on to 2013, it was Klapa Samora with the song Miseria. I don't know what it's pronounced as, but it didn't qualify, so it probably didn't matter in the end.
And I also think the other thing, it's important to note that these are clappers, not slappers.
Yes, clappers, not slappers. Keep that in mind. Always good to clarify. Now, my Eurovision nemesis, my arch enemy at the Eurovision Song Contest,
Yes.
is male vocal groups.
Sexist, but continue.
Yes, well, we were not... Oh, female vocal groups, praise Jesus. Male vocal groups, So we did not start off on very good ground with this one. 6 men in traditional garb pulling some pitch perfect shit on me, right? But weirdly, I don't hate this one.
Yeah.
They're really talented singers and they work really well together.
Yeah. I gotta be the same. I actually like, I love their vocal like performance, and I actually really like, I kind of like this song. I actually think they were really onto something, but you just get this sense of there's just something missing from the performance and the song.
Absolutely.
I couldn't quite put my finger on what was missing. I mean, they needed better staging.
Oh, so they needed something happening.
Yeah, but they were definitely onto something. Like, there was just something that, like, I mean, if you look at performances like Grand Amore from Italy, like, yes, like, oh, we've got like 3 gentlemen, but there's so much Italian passion going on that, it just takes up the whole stage. It's, whoa! You don't need anything else,
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. There was just, I don't know. There's just something missing, but I really like it. And I think that they could go back to something like this, just find that missing piece of the puzzle, and I think they'd really be onto something.
Absolutely. Just to go back to your last point, Grand Amore did need one thing.
What?
More points from the jury.
Oh,
Okay, cool. All right. Back to what we were actually talking about. Yeah, I like this song. I didn't go in expecting to like Miseria, but I did in the end. I've given the song a 6, performance a 3, and fashion a 5. There's some very nicely dressed gentlemen for a total of 14.
Yeah. Look, I gave the song a 6. I gave the performance a 5 and fashion 6. Yeah. I really like it. Just, I think I would have had to have, I don't know, just sat there and looked at it a few more times to be like, what can we do to give it this, it needed the sizzle, there wasn't a sizzle, but I like it. I feel bad for talking shit about it. I actually liked it. I liked it.
Now, in 2014, based on their poor results of the last few years, 2010 to 2013, Croatia withdrew from the Eurovision Song Contest for a brief period of 2 years, 2 contests they were out in the wild. They didn't even show the contest in 2015, I found out, which that's just like Australia weren't in Eurovision for decades and we still showed it every year. Imagine being a regular contestant, just being like, nah, it's not on this year. Sorry, watch it on the internet.
I find that maybe they just couldn't afford the rights. Is the other thing. Maybe they didn't want to say it.
Yeah, I know.
We've all been a poor student and we've all been like, oh yeah, no, deadline. It's literally because you have like 25 cents to your name. So
exactly.
They were too proud to admit.
But they did return in 2016. They sent Nina Kraljic with the song Lighthouse, and they made the final. She was the winner of The Voice Croatia, and this song ended up 23rd in the final. So they are back. They're not in the best spot in the rankings, but they are back at the contest. What did you think about this one?
Well, my first thought, like when watching it, was this is not a terribly impressive vocal performance.
Agreed.
But I found out later on she was actually suffering from bronchitis at the time.
Really?
She actually had bronchitis, but obviously, what can you do? You've got to, you can't just be like, nah, that's it. I'm not going out. So she went out and gave it her all. So, I salute you.
That's taken her that takes her vocal performance from this is trash to, wow, how do you do that with bronchitis? That's fantastic.
How do you even have pants on? And there were some rumors that apparently with her performance, oh my God, okay, that there was a bit of a shortfall between the money that she was allotted for this performance and what she wanted to actually bring to the performance. So she actually made up the difference out of her own pocket. So that she could bring all the production elements that she wanted to. Now, we have to talk about the fashion.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought this up.
She is wearing a sheer shower curtain kimono with like Klingon power spikes.
And the way she moves in it.
Oh.
The way she moves in it like she's stuck under a duvet.
It's just,
Get me out of here. Get me out.
Part of that is because that outfit already is brilliant, okay?
Love
it is ripped off to reveal another equally elaborate, it's like a shower loofah has made love to a disco ball.
That's a good description of it.
It is fantastic. Either one of these outfits by themselves, I would have been like, I worship this outfit. But the two of them, oh my Lord, I was in heaven.
She looks fantastic. And going out there with bronchitis, and it's actually a good song. Like, I like the song.
Yeah.
I was worried about her performance, but knowing that she had bronchitis, I'm like, well, you've done fantastically. I kind of wish she did a bit more in the performance. Like, there was a lot of people. I like a good performance at Eurovision, which is why, like, Polly Geneva, who we talked about in Bulgaria Week, which was last week, I think, or last country, she managed to fill the stage wearing somewhat of a similar outfit, something of a similar, presence. And I feel like Nina just didn't really feel it quite as much.
But she was, the costumes were so big. I don't think you could physically move, and the long trains, you could physically move. And the other thing, was she just going for the fact the song is Lighthouse? Was she trying to just be a reflective lighthouse?
She just rotated her head around with a like put a light bulb in your mouth.
That's why her outfit was so like reflective. It was so that ships wouldn't crash into her during her siren song performance. And I commit her commitment to safety. Safety first.
Yes.
How many times
Very
have we
commendable.
talked about this at Eurovision?
100%. So what have you given this one?
Oh my Lord. Okay. I actually give the song a 5. I think you're right. I think it's a good song. I give the performance a 3. Again, I know there were like money issues, but there need to be something going on with the backup dancers. So I only give it a 3. The fashion, however, I give this a 9.
Wow.
I am
That is
so
a
in love
huge score.
with these outfits. If I owned them, I would just spend every day of my life just changing from one to the other. Down the shops.
They'd hire you to stand on a cliff and just walk in circles. Just spin around. We've actually ended up giving this song the exact same score. I've given the song a 6, performance a 3, and fashion an 8 for a total of 17.
Yeah.
So that's a 34 all up between the two of us. I'm pretty sure that's our highest score of the night so far.
It's so weird when we kind of like agree on things.
Yeah, it throws me off. We need to move on to 2017, and I feel like you and I are going to have quite a few opinions on 2017. So 2017 was Jacques Houdek with the song My Friend. My friend. This one made it to the final. I finished 13th in the final. Is that correct?
Yes.
13th in the final.
Ironically, he came 13th and 12th. No, he didn't. He came 13th.
Let me just introduce you to this song through the first spoken words of the performance. There are only 2 ways to live your life. One is as if nothing is a miracle. The other is as if everything is a miracle. Then, Liz, do you want to walk us through what this performance then turns into?
Wow. Well, before we do that, do you want to know about the controversy before we even get to My Friend?
I don't even care if we get to My Friend as long as you lay the controversy on
Oh my Lord. The controversy with sharks. And it's all with sharks. All the controversy is about him. There's also, just on a little bit, in the year 2004, he sung all the songs for Aladdin in the Disney film Aladdin.
Really?
Why he didn't just sing all of the roles, I will never know, but we'll get to that. But in 2005, Jacques, you know what? I'm not even going to repeat what he said in an interview because it is complete trash, okay? It's complete trash what he said. What he said managed to win him the Homophobe of the Year award in 2006. In 2011, he was nominated for Homophobe of the Decade by the LGBTQI Zagreb Pride organization. Later, I think it might have been when he realized that he might have been going to Eurovision, that he decided to respond with a statement on Facebook, which he expressed his regret at what was said. And he says that he is now gay-friendly and has nothing against love of any kind.
Wow, that's some strong words from Homophobe of the Decade nominee Jacques Hudek.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually look up to see who won the Homophobe of the Decade. I will look into that, and I will get back to you. How do you, as a person, be gay-friendly? Do you think, as a gay man, how do you mark a person as gay-friendly?
Well, they probably haven't been shortlisted for Homophobe of the Decade. That's usually not what I look for in a gay ally.
Okay, good starting base. Good starting base. Yep.
Generally, isn't much of a prick. Does he
I
pass the sniff test? Not really.
No, look, they sound like a good, starting block. Good starting blocks. Something for us all to learn.
This has really put a damper on my love of this song.
I know. I was kind of, oh my Lord. Okay, well, reel it back. He's now gay friendly. But that's good.
Oh, well, he's off the hook then. Jesus.
Look, that's, I guess there's redemption for everybody. So, even if you might be a homophobe, one day you might become a bit of a gay icon at Eurovision. So
maybe. Yeah. I wouldn't call him a gay icon.
He will for reasons later on, but we'll get into that later.
All right. So now remember, if anyone doesn't know this performance, it's the one where he sings both soprano and very deep alto.
Yes. It starts with him, singing la 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 la, and then he turns to the other camera. And to say one side he is wearing like a sporting sort of biker jacket, but on the other side he's got like an opera kind of suit, bow tie kind of look, and he literally just switches from side to side as he sings the different parts of the song. And all I have to ask is, couldn't they have just got another singer to come on stage?
100, right?
Why would you do this?
But I like the effect of it. I love that it's one guy doing both. He goes from what I call Britney Spears Jacques, I am tonight, to Il Divo, my destino. And it's like, this is garbage. It's terrible, but I love it.
Oh, awful. I still remember when I saw this for the first time. It was the middle way through the night. I had consumed a little bit of alcohol.
Just a tad.
Oh, and it was this loud, boisterous room, like everybody's woo, and it's like going off. And I just remember there was just absolute silence for the first bit, as everyone was just transfixed, like, what the actual fuck is going on? And then I started laughing, and I could not stop for the next 3 minutes.
Nothing if not memorable. Shall we boil it down that way?
On the same hand, this is the prime example when I talk to people and you're like, my favorite bits of Eurovision is the stuff where you're like, oh my God, everything is so wrong. It is brilliant. Yep. This is truly, I think this is like an iconic performance at Eurovision. So
I think you're right.
Memorable. And the worst thing is, he can really freaking sing. He can really sing.
This is cringy. But do I love this song? Yes, I do.
Yes.
Do I love dubstep violins? Yes, I do. Do I like his dance skills? Not really, but I love it. It's pure gold. I've given it 7s across the board for a total of 21.
Wow. I gave the song a 5. I gave fashion 0. For the performance, I still... I have been thinking about it, and I'm like, this is simultaneously the greatest and the worst performance at Eurovision ever. So you know what? I'm just going to go in the middle and give it a 5.
Wow. You've given it a 10. I've given it a 21, and I'm the homosexual in this conversation. 2018 was Franka Batelic with the song Crazy, and this one missed the final. This one starts with Franka alone with her mic and a smoke machine. I kind of immediately thought this was going to build.
Yeah.
And the song kind of does, but the performance is very, very static. What did you think about this one?
Oh my God. Like, I'll give it props. She actually wrote the lyrics to this. But basically this song, it desperately needed some Beyonce style stage production. If this had some, I'm the queen kind of like staging, that's what this was desperately needed. On a side note though, I genuinely believe she is crazy. I'm just putting it out there.
The thing that gets to me with this performance is the spoken word thing, because when she starts like talk rapping, my brain just starts doing the rap from Waterfalls by TLC. Clear blue and unconditional. And I was like, you were no Left Eye, honey. But I think Franka herself is very talented.
Yes.
She wrote the lyrics to this song.
Yeah.
She had a big input in, I think she wrote the music as well, actually. She's just absolutely, I don't know. Look, I know she's made a good song.
Yeah.
She's made whatever part of the song she's put together fantastic. She is fantastic. I love her dress, but I don't think this song was a good fit for the Eurovision Song Contest.
You know what? If it went over the top and had staging and sequins, maybe it could have gone more, and just done something. But again, it was another one where I think it was it needed something. And we've seen that from Croatia before, where they have brought a song and you're just waiting for something and you're like,
you kind of want them to bring that bed sheet they keep whipping out.
Well, see, that's it. In other performances, they go too hard on the production, and you're like, oh, I wish you would have wheeled that back a little bit. But then other performances where they need to ramp it up, they're like, oh no, remember that year where we ramped it up and everyone said, stop doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
We only meant for that production, like not in total. So I think they just need to get that balance right.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. What did you give this one?
I'm with you. Good song. I gave the song a 5. I give the performance 4. She's got passion. That dress though, fashion a 7.
Oh, I know, right? That is a total of 16 from you. I have given the song a 6, performance a 5, and a fashion an 8 for a total of 19 from me.
Yeah.
For a 35 between us.
Yeah, I mean, she is fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong. She is no Africa.
All right. Now, speaking of over-delivering in the performance category, they doubled down with Roko Blazcevic with The Dream in 2019, which did not qualify. It was written by Jacques Houdek, the nominee for Homophobe of the Decade.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh my God, he is Roka's. He's his mentor. He wrote the music. He co-wrote the lyrics, and his production team, who did My Friend, designed this.
Yeah, and you can see these fingerprints all over it as well.
Oh my God, yeah. And do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds to me, and it's very like, Christian angels. It's like, ironically, they have created the gayest gay conversion therapy ever.
Oh my God. So you can't go through this one without talking about the imagery of it. It's very heaven and hell. And they go so like, hey, by the way, they like throw it in your face and they like yell, this is meant to represent heaven and hell. Do you get it? Do you get it? Like, yes, we get it. Kindergartners get it. So he's lying on a pit of fire with some angel wings to start off. Extra as fuck.
I like to think that was Hudak in 2005 when he was a homophobe.
Right. You're just gonna.
And
right.
then later on, he transitions. This is the...
I don't think a straight woman gets to define whether he's redeemed or not. But thank you for your suggestion. We, the gays, have taken it on board.
Hey, I'm just reporting. I just report, the news. He's saying he's gay friendly.
If anyone here is a journalist,
What are you saying? They should go up and gay up on Mr. Hudik and just see if he's friendly or not?
I don't. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, back to the song. I love his backup angels. They have the tightest pants. I wish every angel wore pants that tight.
Well, we've got to describe. He does start off. He's lying on the floor for a good minute. He's on the floor, and it just drives me crazy. After a minute, he finally gets his lazy ass up, and then two shirtless, excessively oiled angels, complete with giant golden wings and golden body paint, descend from the heavens onto the stage and then just sort of flap about in their oiled,
Flap
naked
is the perfect word for what they do.
Yes. And then after they flap around for a while, they put golden wings onto Roko, and then they fly back up to the gay disco in the sky.
Yeah, this performance is clearly an overcompensation for what is a very dull song. Like, this song is crap.
It's not that bad.
The only time I've seen a country succeed in massively overcompensating for their song with their performance was Lordi.
Yeah.
Right? If juries had existed, Lordi never would have won Eurovision.
Shut up!
But to get back to Croatia, this one's just
shut your mouth.
Dead in the water for me. Song gets a 3. Performance dedicated, they get a 7. But the fashion gets a 5 for a total of 15.
Wow. For me, this is another prime example of this is so horrendously bad and awful. I never want it to stop. And this production team should do every song every year at Eurovision. I was the same. Like, I couldn't decide what to give this because I had to watch it a couple of times because you're just sort of stunned when you watch it. You're just kind of like, what happened?
Yeah, like you've just been tasered.
Yeah, just so I just gave it 5 across the board because I didn't know what to do. So when in doubt, 5.
That brings us to the end of Croatia. Liz, would you like to know what our favourite song of the week was?
Oh.
You know what? Here's the question. What do you think our favourite song of the week was?
Was it Africa, Paprika?
It was not. Not when I gave that a 6 and you gave that an 18. In a very, very inexplicable, and this is the one I think will surprise you more than any other song, we've given it to Crazy by Franka Betelic from 2018.
Oh, okay.
By a single point over Lighthouse. So that is an interesting turn of events.
But now the question is, how did that stack up against Mary Magdalena? Who is our ultimate Croatian winners?
Well, give us a drum roll and I'll let you know who the winner is.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, that's not going to work well on the mic. The winner overall with a score of 37 out of 60 is Maria Magdalena by Doris Dragovic. So that is our favorite Croatian entry. I think most people find that to be their Croatian entry.
I love Dragovic.
Do you have a comment of the week for us this week?
Oh, so many comments of the week. Obviously, there was only one place that we could land, and it was the gay-friendly destination of my friend. Oh my god, there was a wide assortment of comments, a lot of bewilderment. There's a shout out to the Game of Thrones fans. Earl Cardigan 3 years ago has simply asked, "Is this Sam from Game of Thrones?" I'll make the Game of Thrones fans happy. In one of the most backhanded compliments on the internet, Christian Bro 2, 3 years ago, has complimented Croatia and its singer by saying, "A country that tries to win by music and not the beauty of the singer. Congratulations."
That's so... Oh, I love backhanded compliments. They're my favorite thing in the world.
It's so like, oh, thank you, wait a minute.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh my gosh.
The worst thing is you'd be so high up, like reading that comment. First of all, you'd be like, oh my God, they really love me. They think I'm ugly. Like it's a full crash.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. But I think Luigi Brothers 1096 summed up the performance of my friend at Eurovision, and they've simply commented, when you have to present a PowerPoint presentation and your teammate doesn't show up.
Oh, that's bloody relatable. Jesus. Well, that is a good comment of the week, I think.
Yeah, so thank you, Luigi Brothers.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone, for Croatia Week. We will be back on Friday to start Cyprus. It will begin in the 1980s. That'll be an interesting time.
Although technically you are rating Cyprus every week of the year, regardless
That's true.
if we're
I
doing
rate
the show
Cyprus.
or not.
Yeah. Now, if you don't follow us on Instagram or Facebook, please check us out at Douze Points Podcast. Keep listening to us wherever you listen to us. If you want to change where you listen to us, go for it.
And make sure
We have so many streaming
I was
options.
going to say, and make sure it's us, because there is another podcast out there with a similar kind of name, but it's not the same. So just make sure, are the hosts as dashingly good looking as us, and are there lots of pictures of cats, then you know it's us.
Just check it's our podcast. How good looking are the hosts? And you'll say very, and we'll say, no, we need you to listen to our podcast, not the other one. And on that note,
Backhanded. Thank you, Christian Brothers. Too.
And on that note, I am going to say good night. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on Friday for Cyprus. Liz, take us out.
And I would just like to point out to all of our listeners, at these times of worry and stress, if you are ever worried, just sit back, relax, inhale, and then exhale. Africa, paprika!
Good night.
Africa, paprika.